Hey, 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 what's going on? What is going on? We're here. Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right here on Podbean and right here in Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and of course one of the homes of the podcast, which is the Spotlight Sports Network. What's going on to everyone that may be tuning in or maybe watching the replay? What's up, Scotty? I see you. What's going on? How you doing on Podbean? Thanks for popping in as we get ready to talk Dallas Cowboy talk on this Freestyle Saturday. No doubt about it. I'm sharing right now to all of these groups that I'm in, these Cowboy groups. Hopefully, maybe you will do the same as you are enjoying this Saturday. I'm quite sure most of you are looking probably at the whatever playoff game that is on at the moment. And I get that. I understand that. I'll be watching tonight the Memphis Grizzlies against the Golden State Warriors tonight. Of course, I live here in Memphis. I'm not a Memphis Grizzlies diehard fan. I like them. Most of you know I am a Los Angeles Laker fan through and through. And I'm not one of these people that love to cheer for you, that you're forced to cheer for your team just because they live in the city. That's not me. I don't adopt teams. It's kind of like the Cowboys. I have some people outside the Cowboy land who will say, why aren't you a Tennessee Titan fan? Because I don't like them. That's why. I never have liked the Houston Oilers. Some of you older people know what I'm talking about. I've never been a fan of Tennessee. Don't have a problem with them, but just because they in Tennessee and I live in Tennessee does not necessarily mean that you have to cheer for the team in Tennessee. That's not me. So I can't get with it, Some people really believe that's the way it's supposed to be. But you should show support for your home city. Show support for your people. Show support. I'm showing support. I don't dislike them, but I ain't trying to run home and catch them like I try to run home and catch the Cowboys. I'm just telling the truth. So, but I do like the Memphis Grizzlies. I do like them. I do like them. I do like the Grizzlies. I love Ja Morant. No doubt about that. He is a bona fide killer. A bona fide dog. He is that. And so I do like the Grizzlies. I like the young team. I like the tenacity they have. I like the bite that they have. I like the attitude, especially that they have. They're not scared of anybody. Matter of fact, they challenge everybody. So I love that aggressive type attitude that, we don't care who you are. We're going to come after you. So let me speak to everybody. Scotty's on there. Appreciate you, Scotty. Karam, what's up? Yeah. You from Oklahoma, love Dallas, exactly. So you understand exactly what I'm talking about. What's going on with cheering for your home team. Listen, want to go out in front now and tell you that what I had pumped up earlier will not happen on today. My nephew, my actual nephew, stood his uncle up. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Same rules apply when he was born. I'm still, how old he is. I think he's 20. What's up, Joe? I see my nephew is 20 or 21 now. It's one or the other. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for sharing. think he's 20. Let me see. Yeah, he's 20. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about it, Shane, but you got to understand, you know, Memphis is a really cultural type city. Memphis is over 90% African American. So, you know, that ought to tell you something. So when you say the name Mickey Gilly, a lot of black folk don't know nothing about Mickey Gilly. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be racial. I'm just saying, you know, if you say 666 Mafia or, you know, Yo Gotti or somebody like that, you know, yeah. Memphis is over 90% African American, so we're not a lot. Let me put it this way: there's not a lot of country music fans. Memphis is known for R&B music. Memphis is, and of course, hip hop music. It's just how it is. Okay. My nephew stood his uncle up, me. But he will be here on Monday at 7:30. Most of you who've been following me know who my nephew is, Devin Body Jr., who is a senior at this coming up year at the University of Vanderbilt. He's a wide receiver. He's a starter. He will be starting this year as a senior at the got a lot of playing time last year, obviously. But he will be starting this year at the University of Vanderbilt in the SEC. My nephew is, you probably just need to pull him up. You Google him. He has a chance to play at the next level next year. Wouldn't that be something? He has a chance. He has a pretty decent chance. I don't know where the scouts have got him, you know, right now, but they have their eye on him, from my understanding. I wanted to get him on here today and talk about it, and talk about what he's improved on, and talk about this upcoming season in the SEC. We all know how tough that is, but he's a wide receiver there, going into his senior year, and talk about his wanting to play in the NFL. He has a good shot. He's not going to be probably your first round or second round. You know, he has a shot to make it. He's probably a middle round guy as of now, but you know, a real good year this year would really push him up. I shared something on my personal page, I think on my Big Time Show page, where you can look at a couple of his highlights from last year. He's a bad boy. But he will not be here on today. Had something that popped up, and he will not be here on today. Okay, but check it out Monday. He told me he'll be here on Monday, so we'll see exactly. We can have the show then. Exactly. All right. Appreciate that. Forgive me for that, but things happen. You understand? So he will not be here on today. Now, that leaves us with Cowboy talking, which you know we can do. And that's what we're going to do today on this Freestyle Saturday. Won't be with you guys too long, but I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about some things that, really one thing that I want to talk about, and I can go ahead and pre-warn you now that some of you not going to like it. I can tell you that right now. You're not going to like it, because I don't understand some things that I'm hearing. No doubt about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about it. Did you guys hear Will McClay today? Well, not today, but earlier this week. Will McClay was interviewed by David Hellman, and of course was talking about the draft and about all the picks and what he thinks they can can they contribute now and all that kind of stuff. Of course, Will is gonna say yes. You're not gonna draft somebody and say I don't think you contribute. So that was kind of like an expected answer. So really wasn't too hung up on that. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. However, there was something very interesting that I kind of hung my hat on, and that was the picking of Jalen Tolbert, a wide receiver from South Alabama, and the involvement of Dak Prescott in the process of him being involved in not the selection, but essentially him giving his input, as Will McClay said, on him possibly joining the team, of course, which he has, and he's joined the team. But Will McClay gave Dak Prescott a whole lot of credit in it, as if he was, almost the judge and jury of the young man coming into play with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm trying to fix my little screen here. It's a problem with a virtual screen. Sometimes it shows crazy stuff. But anyway, Dak obviously was involved in the process of Tolbert coming to Dallas. From what Will said pre-draft, that there were a couple guys that they gave to Dak and asked him to kind of rat him out and listen to him talk and communicate with him and get with the guys, throw it around, figure it out, and give his input about if this guy is a good guy to have on the team, football wise and character wise. It was Dak Prescott who signed the bill, I guess, for Jalen Tolbert, and Jalen Tolbert is here. So I started thinking, like, since and Will had talked about we need his input, we need Dak's opinion. He is our franchise quarterback. He has value in the franchise, and we should listen to Dak Prescott and all that kind of stuff. Y'all forgive me, but hey, and I step on out here. Do you really believe Dak Prescott deserves that type of power? Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. I'm just saying that he supposedly was mighty influential in the fact that Jalen Tolbert is here. And so they're letting Dak kind of dictate, at least for that pick his own player. Now, when you look at Tolbert and you hear the reputation, there you go, Joe. I see you, Joe. See, I'll get to that in a second because you kind of, but I'm going to take your comment, Joe, slightly from a different way. See, when you open yourself up to saying that you get to, or even it's hinted like you're really in the decision-making process, then it also opens you up for a lot of ridicule for being in that spot. That's what Will McClay was kind of saying about Dak, as far as him being somewhat in charge, or, have that influence. Let's put it that way. I don't know if he really needs to have that type of input or power. I don't. Somebody may say, why not? I'm glad you asked. I don't think Dak has earned the right to do that. That's me. Now, you may think he has. You may think he's all this and all that. And I like Dak, and he's a good quarterback. No doubt about that. But he ain't earned the right to have that type of pull. Why? He ain't done nothing. What is I know some of this gonna sting you now, because I know those who gonna watch this replay gonna just I'm speaking blasphemy. But I ask you again, what has he done? He won the Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. That was 5 years ago. What has he done since then? Cowboys won 12-4 last year. What did that get you? He made the Pro Bowl. He made 2 or 3 Pro Bowls since then. By default, he made the Pro Bowl because somebody decided they didn't want to go. And they just went down the list, and Dak just so happened to be there, and he was free. He ain't never been an outright Pro Bowl selection. They sent 3 quarterbacks. Dak has never been one of the top 3 quarterbacks to go to the Pro Bowl. It's always because somebody's hurt. But he does get the tag Pro Bowler, Dak Prescott. But you really weren't voted to the team at all. So I don't even want to hear that. So to go back to Joe's question, Joe said, why did Dak speak up for Jalen Tolbert and then speak out for Cooper? You know what that let me know, Joe? What it let me know is that Dak really don't have that much power. Because there's no way in the world you're going to allow Amari Cooper to leave when you already know that your life is a little bit easier when you have Amari Cooper on the field with the other receivers. That's not even a thought or issue. But at the same time, common sense already tell you that if you're not on the field, if Cooper is not on the field with Dak, your life just got a little bit harder. It did. No way in the world you can say that. And in the process of that, Dak with his selection, because that's kind of what Will was saying. Dak with his selection picked the guy who fits him. Y'all remember the term Dak friendly? What is a Dak friendly receiver or tight end? Somebody who runs good routes. Okay. That's a guy who more of a possession receiver than a go-getter, if you let me say it like that. That's the kind of guys that Dak loves. Technicians. They ain't gonna just separate. He needs guys like that. If they're real good wide receiver with their footwork, they should get themselves open. That's what Dak is depending on. And I didn't like that. And Joe brings out another good point. He says that, he spoke up for him but didn't speak out for Cooper. And Joe said that shows me Dak didn't want Cooper on this team. I'm gonna push back on that a little bit, Joe, because what you can never eliminate is old cap boy Steven. There's nowhere in the world the Cowboys are gonna pay Amari Cooper $20 million. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that's the reason why Dak don't have really that much power, because I'm quite sure if he did go in and speak up for him, it didn't get him nowhere. Dak word will never override Steven's word. Steven is not going to pay a guy $20 million as a receiver. He's not going to do it. He may have to do that coming up with Michael Parsons. And if CeeDee Lamb show out this year, then, yeah, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay them guys. So, I don't get the power that Dak was allowed, because if you had a choice between a technician of a receiver and a go-getter, a dog at wide receiver, the Cowboys will forever be picking finesse receivers. A lot of you wanted to trade, some type of way to get DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is not a Dak Prescott type receiver. He's just not. Not saying, of course, that he's not good. DK Metcalf. Not saying that by no means. It's just that he don't fit the way Dak play. So really, to be honest with you, what I'm saying is we're getting another receiver who, in my opinion, even though he's a dog, but they're gonna try to tame the dog by letting him come here and off Dak's recommendation. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I didn't like it. I didn't. I don't think he's earned the right to do that. I don't. I don't think, and I know somebody gonna get mad. And for those who popping in, listen, I do not feel that Dak Prescott has earned the right to be making any personnel decisions at all. Maybe that's what the problem is. We got too many people making decisions. You didn't have enough clout, as my brother Joe said. You didn't have enough clout to keep Cooper. You didn't have enough clout to keep Randy Gregory on it. Well, you tried, but I don't. There are only a few quarterbacks that if you heard that about them, you wouldn't say absolutely nothing, because actually it's kind of expected. If you hear Tom Brady is heavily involved in player personnel, you wouldn't say nothing. You wouldn't say nothing. Rodgers, you wouldn't say nothing. You wouldn't, because you have total trust in them. That's the reason why. I'm trying to figure out how Dak have elevated himself to this type of level. I know he got the contract, but I'm trying to figure out why in this organization we're acting like Dak is the next coming of Joe Montana. And he's not. He's not. He's gotten better every single year. No doubt about that. The game has slowed down for him tremendously. It has. I'll give you that. But he ain't. He's not on that level. He's not. I know y'all don't like it. It's a bitter pill to swallow. But Dak Prescott is not that. And he does not deserve, in my view, to be called when, you calling them and then give you input. Hey, this guy can catch. Hey, this guy can run real good route. He run it just like Cooper. But he's younger and all. I mean, I need a dog. You can't keep letting finesse people make physical decisions. You can't. If you got a finesse person that is going to make decisions, don't expect them to be going to get real killers, dogs. No, they're going to get what's familiar to them. Finesse players. In my opinion, that got the heart. No doubt about it. He got the heart of a lion. But he's been made into a finesse type player. He's not physical. He won't even run the ball now. Won't. Huh? Shane says, I will go as far as to say in 2 years, the Cowboys will be in the market for a new quarterback, especially if we don't get to a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. Let me stop right there because Shane, my brother Shane, brings up a point that I just thought of since I just read his comment here. Let me ask you guys this: who was on here? Let me ask you this: really, what are our expectations for Dak Prescott this year? For real, you took away Amari Cooper. You think that CeeDee Lamb can get the job done? Okay. Gallup probably won't be here starting off. Everybody knows that. That's fine. You and I got James Washington, almost a guy that's considered to be a journeyman. He's still fast. He can play. There ain't no doubt about that. But he's not a guy who you think is just dominant. Okay. Then you go get Tolbert, who I think can probably beat out James Washington for the outside position. All right, so that's your group. If you want to throw the tight ends in, then Schultz is there, and the new person, Jake Ferguson, is there. Okay, you throw that in. It'll move the sticks. It'll move the crowd. But will it win? The really win. I'm talking about a real win. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, what are your real? I mean, seriously, what do you really believe? Since you took away that, I mean, certainly you're not thinking, and I'm asking, certainly you're not thinking that Dak Prescott is, going to advance, take it to another level, do you? I don't see that. What do you have? 37 touchdowns last year, Dak did? Certainly you're not thinking that he's going to have 38 plus. Certainly you're not thinking that now. I don't see that. And so, I don't know if I think we're reaching a little bit too high. And that which goes back to that comment that Shane made there. There's somebody, especially we don't get to a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, where they're drafting correctly, but right after the draft is where the problems begin with the Cowboys. You got a coaching staff that Coach McCarthy can't say too much to Kellen Moore. The only person you really have total confidence, I got confidence in Bones as our special teams coach. I love him. And then, of course, I got confidence in Dan Quinn. See, I've seen better talent. A better roster than what we're heading into now. And we still can win playoff games. Shane is going on to say that Dak has to win at least 2 playoff games this year. I mean, do we really believe that this? I mean, I know we ain't done nothing. We haven't even gotten on the grass yet. But do you really believe this team is challenging for I mean, what are we? I mean, really? I mean, I need some realism here. Are we really thinking that we're, I guess, a Super Bowl contender? Or are we just an NFC East contender? Now, of course, winning that can get you on your way. I'm just saying, let me read some of these comments here, because when you start talking Dak Prescott, this is where the divide comes. And I guarantee you, I ain't started reading it yet. I'm about to start reading, so I'm coming. Whoever, let me see. All right, who is this? Joe says if Dak has a bad year this year, he won't make it next year. Well, Joe, let me get some pushback from you. Well, at least an answer back. What do you consider a bad year, though? I mean, I need just a little more clarity because if you're saying he got 30 touchdowns and maybe about 12 interceptions, and yet the team is 9-7, I mean, I don't know what I need a little more clarity on what you consider a bad year. And I guess you may be talking if you're saying it's a bad year that the Cowboys would not make the playoffs. Of course, that's a bad year. I don't know if you're speaking individual wise or team wise. Help me out on that, Joe. Cade McDonald says, "Relax, people. This team has made moves that people don't like, but they are necessary. They did not want to pay them contract and fill it with cheap talent. The team is clearing cap space for the next few years. I don't have no problem with that, Kate. Just don't sell me that we're really trying to win then. If you've been hanging with me for a while, I've been saying for a while, are the Cowboys secretly rebuilding or are they trying to win? Now, you can't tell me that you're letting go of important players and then at the same time trying to sell me that you're trying to win a world championship when you're not doing world championship moves. That's all I'm saying. Let me know one way or the other so my expectations don't go up through the roof. So I'm still at square one. What are the expectations, really? Shane says Dak has to win 2 playoff games this year. Yeah. Okay. Jeffrey Murray says, what in Dak's games make us think he's going to improve with less? Exactly. Are we going to commit to running the ball? Everybody has a plan until you get smacked like Chris Rock. Well, let me say this, Jeffrey. They drafted like they about to run the ball like this, the college Oklahoma or, Alabama just run the ball down people's throat. That's where they drafted. When you look at the linemen they drafted and brought in another tight end, and, it's leaning like they want to run the ball. Of course, that would knock Dak's stats down tremendously, but that's what the drafting looks like to me. They got stronger on all O-line and journeyman type in wide receiver position. If you're telling me we're rebuilding, then I'm good. Cade says, wait a minute, big time. Dak was in talk for MVP till week 8. Get it clear. The man was getting over a shattered ankle. It's hilarious. People expect him to hit the playoffs hard and running. He was playing outstanding for part of the season, but when we start talking MVP, you got to do it the whole year. And the truth be told, other than maybe put it this way, Dak has always had pretty good regular seasons. He always has. And the truth be told, he's always had pretty good playoff games. The problem with him in the playoff games, however, is he gets down by 20, and then he always bring the team back to where the score is at least tied or is respectable. He always, in the playoff games, they go down big, and then he be in shotgun the rest of the way, and teams are playing off and giving him everything underneath. And before you know it, you look and see what Dak is thrown for 360 yards. He's thrown for completed 65% of his passes and, that type of stuff. But, when you're up 28 to 3, see, we want Dak like if your team gets scored on, you come on right back and punch him in the mouth. And in the playoff games, Dak ain't done that. No, he has not. So, we kind of expected that last part, what you said. Now, I know the part, that's why he should have been comeback player of the year. I know he was a candidate for it, but he's really, coming back from the shattered ankle, as you said. The kid deserves major credit now. And I don't want everybody to think I'm piling on him, because he has, as I said, he has improved every single year. He has. And the game has slowed down for him. He makes pretty good decisions. But there's levels to this thing. It almost slightly reminds you of James Harden. James Harden in the regular season would kill you. Put him in a playoff series, he's not the same guy. That's kind of like with Dak. Regular season, Pro Bowl type caliber player. Get him in the playoffs, Cowboys nowhere to be found. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all know it's the truth. I know you don't like because I'm talking about Dak, but I'm just saying. I'm all this is based, y'all, from, like, does he really deserve that type of input on rosters? That, like he said, Shane says, Bishop, I'm taking wild card in the playoff game. So that means you think that the Eagles probably are going to win the division, and you think we'll have a good enough record, of course, to make the wild card. Okay. I'm not going to argue with that. I believe that the defense is going to be a top 10 defense this year. If you got a top 10 defense and a pretty decent offense, you should win a lot of games, which probably just might get you a wild card spot. I'm not even going to disagree with you on that. Kay says, look at what you guys are saying when you put such high expectations on Dak. That's what I was asking. Like, what really is the expectation for Dak Prescott this year? I'm serious. We saw what he did with the team last year. He put 12 wins up. Good team, offense and defense, and of course special teams was outstanding last year. So it was a collective effort. But when we started talking about our quarterback and him putting the franchise on his back and carrying us to a higher level, maybe the expectations for Dak are way too high. Because that's, I know it's the Cowboys and it's Cowboy land and everybody got to talk about him. But the truth of the matter is, he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy. That's just me. Y'all might think he is. But until he changes my thoughts about playoff, and what Cade said was right, or Jennifer, or whatever, who said that? Jeffrey, I'm sorry. No, I didn't say that one. Who was that? Cade? Yeah, it was Cade. With this comment, what Cade wrote. MVP, all that kind of stuff. That's the problem. We don't need Dak to be the MVP. If he's the candidate for MVP, then we're playing the wrong type ball game. He shouldn't even be, to be honest with you, things go right. His best year was his rookie year. And watch this. He's way better than he was his rookie year. He's night and day better. But his best year was his rookie year. Why? Because he had to do too much. He ran the ball like crazy. He play action pass. And he didn't throw for 4,000 yards that year. That's was the best Dak Prescott. The one that's throwing for almost 5,000 yards and 35 plus touchdowns, that's not the Dak that we need. That's crazy to say that. But because of the way we need to play football, that's not what we need. We don't need that. We don't need the Aaron Rodgers type. We need a balanced offense. See what else talking about. Shane said that. Joe said if we don't make the playoffs, Dak gonna get all the blame. Joe, you're partly right. but the chopping block is going to be Coach McCarthy. That's who's going to get the blame. They're going to talk about Dak like a dog, though. They're going to talk about him. Like, everybody's saying he's this guy, but you can't tell. You're right. They ain't going to get some of it. But the coach is going to have to fall on the sword first. Jeffrey says, I went down last year's schedule and judged our win-loss by the quarterback matchup just off the rip. We should have won 12 to 14 games and did. I didn't think we were going to win 12. But here's the thing about that team. Nobody knew that the defense would be playing the way they did last year. That was a surprise. That was. I know Dan Quinn was there, but that was a surprise. Nobody didn't think that Diggs was going to have that many interceptions. Nobody knew that Curse was going to play lights out football pretty much all year. Nobody wasn't expecting that. Everybody knew Parsons was good, but nobody didn't think he was that good like he was last year. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe if you said they were going to win 12, you must have had tremendous confidence in the defense. So, and rightfully so. Now, my expectations for the defense this year is way up there. I think Cowboys will be dominant on defense this year at times. Kay said people need to stop watching so much First Take. You guys are lucky to have such a quarterback. I'll take them. I wouldn't trade them. It's just that the expectations here, Cade, is the roster is good enough, at least last year, to do some real damage in the playoffs, and to let down and getting knocked out in the first round. That's unacceptable. It is. It's unacceptable. And they all want Dak's fault. No, it wasn't all Dak's fault by no means. No means. But we'll, there's a line full of teams that would take Dak Prescott in a heartbeat if they were, pat him on the market. No doubt about that. Solid quarterback. It's just that Cowboy fans really believe that we have a window left to try to win it all. And the Cowboys are not doing it. At least they're not showing it to the fan base, really, other than saying, okay, we clearing our cap money. They good at that. They get an A for effort on that. The problem with it is that you don't get nothing else. We the world champions of the salary cap. Oh, my God. We the greatest team of all time when it comes to salary cap. Stephen Jones should walk into the Hall of Fame as being a salary cap guru. They don't win no world championship, though. Salary cap doesn't mean you got money. Then when we get the money, you ain't spending it. I mean, I know we're going to get some before this year over with. It's coming because we need some veteran work at linebacker and all that kind of stuff. We ain't doing that. We salary cap world champions. We are. Yeah. Joe said, even if Dak has a great regular season stats and chokes in the playoffs. Yeah. Joe said offense sales tickets, defense wins championships. Kay says, who you guys going to get other than Dak? Do you guys want Baker or maybe Matt Ryan? I just see a full downgrade than most. I don't want Baker Mayfield. I don't even want Matt Ryan. But let's not talk like Matt Ryan is trash now. No. Matter of fact, I'm going on record right now with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is going to have a great year this year in Indianapolis. Great year. They're going to be talking about he still can play. No, he just handed off to Jonathan Taylor, And then when he did a play action pass, it's so wide open because the defense respect Jonathan Taylor. And Matt Ryan can stick his heel, throw the football. I'm expecting a huge year from Indianapolis this year. So, who we going to answer your question? Who do we get? Put that back up. Who you guys going to get other than that? Nobody, because the younger guys ain't going nowhere. Herbert ain't going nowhere. Justin Fields not going anywhere. All these younger cats. Nah, he's settled. Dak Prescott is settled. They paid you like you a top flight quarterback. Then the expectation is that you need to be having some top flight play. And winning the NFC East, that ain't gonna cut it no more. Sorry. Just saying he made the playoffs. Okay. Now you gotta do something now. That's where we at. Shane said, Bishop, let's look at Dak's contract. He got paid and played last year. Had a good year last year. Truth, he did. He won 12 games now. So I ain't gonna kill him. I mean, he 37 touchdowns. That's pretty good. He has at least 2 years left under the deal before he has to be re-signed again. I don't see it happening, especially if we do nothing in the playoffs. Then you're gonna have to tell me, Shane, what's the alternative? Because if you're telling me the alternative is a kid from college, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. And really, it's not going to be anybody because, see, once you find a good quarterback, most teams will not let you go. They ain't trying to get rid of it now. Cowboys not trying to do that. I understand you said a few years from now, but they're not trying to. Excuse me. They're not trying to. Y'all excuse me for that. They're not trying to start over. They're just not. See y'all coming. Y'all talking good now. Jeffrey said just based off Dak's dominance of the NFC East and the head-to-head team's quarterback matchup, you can get a gadget of our win and loss record. If we say Dak is that good, there are games we should be able to pencil in a win. Not this season, you're not. No, you can't pencil in Philadelphia now. No, sir. No, sir. You can't. No. You can't pencil in a win for us. You might be able to get away with that maybe with the Giants, maybe. Washington is going to be good this year. You remember they were hurt last year. Chase Young will be back. That front four will be back. That running game, you remember Gibson got hurt last year. That running game will be back. So the NFC East won't be a cakewalk. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, Cade says the roster might be good enough, but it's clear Dak was nicking on that knit running on the ankle. If you take Llama legs away, then what would happen if the ankle was holding on to the full season? That's why I give him credit. He's a warrior. Cade says, I disagree. I think Wentz is better than Ryan right now. If Wentz could not do it, then I have no faith in old man Ryan to rejuvenate his career. Well, I'm pushed back with you on that one, Cade, because Wentz is younger, but without a doubt, when it comes to decision making on a football field, Carson Wentz does not hold a candle to Matt Ryan. And a lot of picks Mr. Wentz was throwing that lost Indianapolis the game. Some of those throws Matt Ryan is not making. Been there, done it. MVP. And that could be the very reason you may put 2 or 3 more wins on their record next year, because they didn't join in on the real foolishness there. So I have to, I'm gonna lean back on you on that one. Okay, Wentz is probably more athletic now. Obviously, may even have a stronger arm than Matt, obviously. But when it comes to decision making, which is a major part, as you know, in football, Carson Wentz is not a better decision maker than Matt Ryan. Carson Wentz is known for interceptions. Matt Ryan, Matt sees the field. So the physical talent may not be there, but the mental game, Matt Ryan run laps around Carson Wentz. No doubt about that. Joe says, I really don't want Dak to leave. I want him to win the Super Bowl. Kay said Flacco was a good decision maker, but he was subpar at best. He's just a quarterback that kind of reminds you of Nick Foles. Okay, he got hot at the right time and won it all. He won it all. He got hot, kind of like Nick Foles did. Took it all away. Won a Super Bowl. Hey, I mean, sun shine on a dog tail every now and then. Eli Manning, the truth be told, was lucky. You know, sun shine on you every now and then. I believe that he was like that. Flacco was like that, but he got hot. Won a Super Bowl. Yeah. That's what Kay said. All right, little I told y'all, Dak Prescott fired everybody up. You know. What's up, Saturday Night Smoke? What's up, Smoke? I'm sorry I didn't speak to you earlier. Smoke says, I think that the coach is more of a problem than the quarterback. Amen, Smoke. Hey, Mr. I see you. Amen, Smoke. That's the problem. Let's call some more drama then, Smoke, since you brought that up. If you remember last year, y'all, do you remember the press conferences where we found out that Kellen was calling running plays and Dak checked out of them? Y'all remember that? So here's my question, Smoke. Even though I believe what you're saying is true, but I'll also like to add to that by saying, you know, Dak Prescott then take some blame too, because he was essentially the offensive coordinator on the field as well. If he didn't like a look, he has the liberty to change the play. So was it really a lot Kevin's fault? I mean, we have no way of knowing how many times that he did it. But we do know he has that type of power that he can do it. So he probably checked into some bad plays as well. No question about that. So that's just what I think would happen. So I'm in agreement with whoever said that earlier. I think we have to tone down the expectations for not only this team, but for Dak Prescott. We're not trying to make excuses. It's just, it is what it is. And we're going to have to talk this stuff down. All right, for those that are looking, my nephew, Devin Body Jr., senior wide receiver for the University of Vanderbilt. He was supposed to be on the show today, but he stood his uncle up. I talked to him earlier. I'm kidding. He has something that he has to do. And so he's going to be with us on Monday night at 7 p.m. I hope you guys will spread the word. We'll pump up the show. You get a chance to see my nephew, my sister's son, who has a chance to possibly play at the next level next year, the NFL. He will be starting this year for the Vanderbilt Commodores. Just want to get him, talk to him, let y'all meet him, and y'all cheer my nephew on. I know y'all some SEC fans, and Vanderbilt is in the SEC, but we know who, we understand. But y'all cheer for my nephew, because I'm begging the Cowboys. I'm just going to go and say it now. I'm gonna say this when you get on here. Look, if any kind of way somebody would transfer the video, once we do it, I'm trying to get it in the hands of Will McClay. Y'all get my nephew on the Cowboy team, man. I'd be so happy. Woo! I'd be in Dallas every week. Y'all understand me? I would be in Dallas every week. I'd be on just about the road. If my nephew get picked up by the Cowboys, man, look. Man, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. Y'all ain't got to ask. Well, y'all be looking at the computer and say, where the Big Time Show podcast? Oh, he'll be in a minute. I'll be doing it from a hotel lobby, because you know I'm going to be in Dallas. You know I'm going to be there. Huh? I'm big. I'm getting ready to start my nephew campaign now before the kickoff happened this year in college football. I'm gonna try to put my nephew. I want him to have a chance at his dream. Joe, his name, I'm gonna type it in for y'all, but y'all can Google him. He's on Instagram as well. I'll put that in. I'm typing it in now. Go ahead and look him up. He's in there in the ESPN stats and all that kind of stuff. So he's there. I'm gonna put this down on his Instagram, because he's one of those Instagram guys. He has a Facebook, but I believe that's right on Instagram. There it is right there. Devin Body Jr. It's in there. If you're on Podbean, yeah, he has a chance. Let me type it in on Podbean. Yeah, that's his name. Go ahead and Google him and start looking at him. And he a bad boy now. I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, I ain't saying because it's my look. He's playing in the SEC. Good Lord. I mean, y'all know. I don't care if it's the SARS team in the SEC. A SEC team wanted my nephew to play after his high school career, in which he was an all-state wide receiver. I may add, but who's bragging? Okay. But anyway, he's playing in the SEC, and he's in the same division as Georgia. And I already put it in the box there. I do Jeffrey Murray. Just scroll up a little bit. Devin Body Jr. That's his name. Devin Body Jr. Just scroll up a little bit. Y'all look at him and just look at him. Be a scout. He ain't a first team All-American, but okay. When you say a first team All-American, there's only about two or three guys that fit that role there. But the kid, my nephew, can play. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm serious. Y'all go look for yourself. I ain't gonna say nothing. When you finish looking, go ahead and prepare to meet him on Monday night at 7 p.m. Monday night at 7 p.m. for the Big Time Show podcast. He better not look. I know he gonna watch this. Boy, if you stand me up, you stand your uncle up again, we're gonna have a problem. I used to change your diapers, boy. Yes, sir. Yeah, he owed me. Ain't no doubt about that. Yes, sir. Can y'all imagine look, forget the Cowboys. I mean, that'd just be a dream come true for me. Because I know I'm going to get tickets every week. See what I'm saying? I'll be there. I'm going to go anyway, whether my nephew play there or not. But I'm just saying, if my nephew end up with the Cowboys, I mean, good God Almighty, woo! Yes, he's still in college. This will be his senior year at Vanderbilt. So, you'll see him. Don't worry about it because I'm going to be talking about him a whole lot. Try to get him here on this show as much as possible because I got some people who follow me who kind of tired. I got a few agent friends and stuff like that. So I'm going to start pushing his campaign before the season starts. Then he going to go ahead and handle his business on the field. And then we're going to go ahead and talk it, a little bit more as we start getting close to the end. By then, he will have an agent and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go and get the party started now. I want him to play in the league. He's good enough. He is. I ain't just saying because he's my nephew. I'm telling you. He is good enough. Y'all go check out the little film. Matter of fact, if you're following me on my page, my Facebook pages, it's there, right there. That's all you got to do. It's there on the Big Time Show page, and it is on my personal page. If you are following me on either one of those on Facebook, the film that I'm talking, one of the films is right there, and you can look for yourself. I'm not. Hey, okay, just look them up. That's all I look. I'm setting them up. I'm setting them up. I want the pressure on them. I want the pressure on them. I want people talking about. I want the hype to be real. That's the only way you're gonna see when you're at Vanderbilt. Now, see if he's playing with Georgia. I think his division SEC West, so that means he's playing Georgia. He's playing Kentucky. Tennessee is in the East. Was he in the West? Is Tennessee in the East or the West? Tennessee is in the West. I'm sorry. So Tennessee, UT, Knoxville, all these guys are in the same division. I think South Carolina, University of South Carolina is in their division too. Vanderbilt, of course, is not a team that nobody's scared of, in college football. But they play in the SEC. Everybody knows the brand of football that the SEC produces. No doubt about that. You just don't think Vanderbilt is one of the first names. But I'm trying to tell y'all, there's a diamond in the rough in Nashville at Vanderbilt University. I'm telling y'all. Don't worry about it. Y'all gonna see this year. He gonna start this year as a senior wide receiver. Now, the West, they're in the West, Jeffrey. Vanderbilt is in the West, SEC West. They're in the West. I know that for sure. See, they had no chance they played in the East. That's where Alabama and that's what A&M, Texas A&M is playing. At Alabama, everybody is ready. I'm talking about every position. You know what I'm saying? Vanderbilt maybe have 2 or 3 guys, that's on somewhat on that level. Georgia got all the top, kids from across the country to come play with them as well. Vanderbilt can't compete recruiting wise with those guys, but there's some good players that are, in the lower schools of the SEC, if you want to say it like that. But y'all check my nephew out. He gonna be with us on Monday. We're gonna talk to him about, where he's improved this year. In the summer, I want to know what he been. I mean, I already know what he been working on, but yeah, exactly. There it is, Jeffrey. This is what he got to deal with. These are the teams, and these are the teams in the SEC West: Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Missouri. So I mean, the top dogs usually in this division is Florida and Georgia, of course, and maybe a third. Probably, if you to guess out the rest of you probably say Tennessee, probably a little bit better. But hey, you just got to see the year. I remember just a few years ago, Missouri was playing pretty well. Kentucky always plays pretty well too. Kentucky plays real well. That's where we got Bohanna from. Another Memphis kid from Kentucky. And of course, that's where we got Boss Man Fat was from Kentucky. So there's some diamonds in the rough at some of these schools. Oh, it's just no doubt. South Carolina, that's what Joe Horn. That's where everybody wanted Horn instead of Surtain. He played at South Carolina. So there's some diamonds in the rough. And I'm telling y'all, my nephew is one of them. I'm pumping them up. Y'all go check out the video. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Go look at them. Somebody looking at them right now. I know, because I know how y'all are. Y'all can listen. Well, you can't listen to me. Let me see where you at. For those on Facebook, okay, I think I got 3 of y'all. 3 of you on the Big Time Show. I want somebody to do this. I don't know who the 3 are, but if you're on my page, the Big Time Show page, I need one of y'all right now. One of you right now. Go log off real quick. Scroll up and just hit. There you go, Joe. Joe, if that's you, if you're on the Big Time Show, leave right now. I'm going to be here. Go look at the video and come right back. It ain't nothing about a minute. Go. Joe is going to be the witness. And Joe, be honest now. Be honest. I ain't going to say that. Be honest. Just be honest. Come back and tell me what you think. Come back and tell me. That's all I want you to do. Come back and tell me what you think. And that way, when you come back, and then he come in on Monday, we talk to him from a scouting kind of point. I want him to make the league. Now I want him with the Cowboys. Y'all know I want him there. See, I know the dog he got in him because I put some of that in him. You understand? I put a lot of that in him. I was involved. I love him to put the star on his helmet. But I have to admit, if he goes somewhere else, then I'm cheering for that. I am going to cheer for that team. With the exception of about 3 or 4 of them, I'm gonna have to pray to God and talk. Because if he goes to any NFC East team, I'm going to personally tell him, just look, act the fool. We're not signing with no NFC East team. I don't care what they try to pay. I don't know. I don't even want to go to Philadelphia, act like I'm cheering for the Eagles. No, sir. No. If you go into the Steelers, I have a problem with it. You understand me? I have a serious disdain for the Pittsburgh Steelers and one more team I'm going to call out. I don't want him going to the Steelers. I don't care nothing about my frat brother, Mike Tomlin there. I don't care nothing about that. Do not put on a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, son. That's what I'm going to tell him. Yeah. I don't want it. He going to say, well, they want to pay me. I don't care. Don't turn it. Don't put the man. God. If they call your draft day, don't answer the phone. And, of course, the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, my God. Can you imagine the amount of sickness I would have if my nephew went to the San Francisco 49ers? What's up, Keith? If my nephew went to the 49ers, do you understand the pain that I would have inside of me? Do you understand the torture that I would have? Do you understand the amount, the volumes of puke that I would have if he went to the 49ers? Do you understand the depression that I would have if he went to the 49ers? I got to act like I'm cheering for him. Oh my God. I couldn't take it. So, Joe, are you back yet? I think you went. Joe, are you back yet? Did you look at my nephew? Did you look at it? Did somebody go look at him? I'm gonna stay here just for a little bit longer. It's on my page. The Big Time Show page is on my personal page. If you're a personal friend of mine on Facebook, you can scroll up and look. And I said, come back and tell me what you think. Because some of y'all just thinking I'm just talking because he my family. And, you're a homer. You're going to say he out here. No, I want you to go look for yourself. You tell me, what do you see? Now, if you don't see nothing, I ain't got no problem with you saying, I don't see nothing. Well, that's okay. Your eyes, I ain't knocking. I just want you to go look. That's all I want you to see. You tell me, what do you see? He'll be a senior this year. Can play every position as far as wide receiver goes. He lines up inside and outside. No fear. You tell me what you see. That's all. Okay. I'm really done, y'all, for today. There's one last thing I want to show you, and then we'll say goodbye. All right. Unless somebody come back and tell me I just watched a video, the kid can play or something. I'll talk about him some more because I don't mind talking about my nephew now. So it's just this simple. Here's the last thing I want to talk about. Most of you who follow me know what happened to me this week. But if you don't know, I'm about to show you now. I released my first book. Yeah, Joe. You saw that, Joe? Uh-huh. Let me put my book down right now because we're going to talk about that. I like that. You saw that, Joe? Okay. You saw it? Okay. Yeah. He got to be a cowboy. I'm trying. Joe has watched a little video. Joe, am I lying? Do you see some talent there? That's all I'm gonna say. Do you see some talent there? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, okay. Oh, I can't wait to talk to y'all, meet him and talk to him. I hope you saying it. He a bad boy. He can do it. I can't wait. But anyway, let me get back to this. Thank you, Joe, for going to check it out. Thank you for being a witness. Listen, I just released my first book. I wrote a book, y'all. There it is. 60 Days of Reflection. Most of you know I'm an assistant pastor, preacher, and I just did my first book that was released this week. There's the back cover of it. It's not thick. It's a book of devotionals type thing. Just something that'll get you through your day. Not preaching, but real practical, down-to-earth thoughts on the days there. You might be interested. It might just help you. Here's the book. It's out now. It will be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and your local Walmarts in about another week or two. But as for now, if you're interested in getting the book, you can get it, order it now if you want to. If the book is $19.99, plus $2 shipping and handling. If you want to order one, I will order it and get it to you. Here's how you do that. I'm typing it in now for you guys. There it is. Dub Brooks 2. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I'm following everywhere you go. If you want a book, you can go to Cash App. That's the Cash App there. Or if you want to go to PayPal, these are the ways you can purchase the book if you're interested. Joe at gmail.com. This is how you can buy it on PayPal. The first one was Cash App, which is Dub Brooks 2. Again, I just released my first book that I ever wrote this week. There it is. It's right there. If you're on Podbean as well, Dub Brooks 2. That's Cash App. And if you want to do it by PayPal, it's the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. For those that are contemplating it, I believe this would help you. Yeah, I believe it would. It's right here. This is my first book again. 60 Days of Reflection, Seeking Clearer Thoughts. That's the title of the book. As for now, we're ordering it now through lulu.com, the place where it's being published. All you got to do is send me that $ Dub Brooks 2 or PayPal. If you're doing that or you're watching this replay or whatever, make sure that you put your address in so that I can ship the book to you. Please put in your address so that I can ship the book to you. Again, it's out, just came out this week. So far, we're doing pretty good in sales. I didn't know a lot of people wanted to hear what I had to say, but hey, thanks be unto God. So it's right there. 60 Days of Reflection. Again, the book is $19.99. $2 for shipping and handling, so it's a total of $21.99. Send it to one of those two again. $ Dub Brooks 2 or PayPal, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. And I'll send it to you. All right. If you're on Podbean, it's there for you. $ Dub Brooks 2 and PayPal, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. I am going to start a podcast as well from a spiritual standpoint that will be only on Podbean live. Podbean. Of course, it'll be live, but hopefully you guys will join me there. I won't be doing videos for that podcast. I'll just be doing, it'll be just my voice on Podbean. So if you follow me on Podbean, it's simple. Go to find the Big Time Show on Podbean. 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 You can follow the show there. And I'm going to start doing the podcast spiritual about that. Hope you guys join me. Okay. That's it for today. Monday night, you'll get a chance to meet my nephew at 7 p.m. Senior wide receiver from Vanderbilt, Devin Body Jr. I'm looking forward to that. That would be my greatest show. My family, my nephew, my favorite football player, my nephew. One of them, my son, is the other favorite football player. He played flag ball. Those are my two favorite football players in the earth right now. My nephew and my son. So I'm going to be extremely happy to have my nephew on. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys will join me and hey, spread the word. He'll be with me on Monday night. I hope you guys will look at the video so y'all can see I ain't lying to y'all. That boy bad. He can do it. Y'all gonna see it. Don't worry about it. Just watch. All I'm gonna say is I told you so. Okay. All right. That's it. All right, I'll get one. Okay, Terry. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. If you do that, I promise you, Terry, if you're getting the book, make sure you put your address in, because if you pay me and don't put the address in, then how in the world am I going to know where to send it? You understand? I need you guys to make sure you put your address in that note section if you're going to get one. $21.99 total. But the book really is $19. We're just paying for those $2 extra for shipping and handling. So send me $21.99 on Cash App, $ Dub Brooks 2, or PayPal, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. You send it either way, I'll get the notification and I will order the book for you and send it to you. It's just that simple. Give it about 10 to 14 days because we have to print this whole thing for the book. It will be in Amazon shortly, Barnes & Noble, and your Walmarts coming up probably in the next week or two. It'll be right there in Walmart all across the country. My book. Wow. So let's get ready. I appreciate those that support the podcast and my book that we just put out. Hopefully you guys will support. Let me get to you guys that might want to support the podcast. How about that one? Then we'll leave. This is how you do that. You could cash app $ the Big Time Show. That's how you support the podcast financially that way. If you like what I do. And here's another way. If you want to be a monthly subscriber to the show, there it is, the Big Time Show 3.supercast.com. The Big Time Show 3.supercast.com. Those are the two ways that you can support. If you're on Podbean, just push that red bag that you see on your phone, that red reward bag, and you just take it from there. You have to make a decision on how you want to support financially, monthly, that is, and you can do that as well. All right. Appreciate all you guys. That's enough for today. Forgive me for not taking the phone calls right now. I'm tired, y'all. I've been rolling. I had to do a eulogy today, this morning. Y'all keep my mother in prayer. Things are not looking good, but we still believe God. But we'll see. Oh, okay, Terry. There you go. Oh, yeah. My father used to work at Cargill on President's Island for years. He's retired now, so I'm very familiar with President's Island. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, okay. Well, Terry, you on the road too much. I ain't coming to President's Island now. When you come, I'm probably working myself, but I'm here in Memphis. I don't know how long you stay when you come, but if you stay, Terry, here, you got to get in touch with me, and maybe I can meet you and give it to you while you're here. I don't mind doing that. Plus, give me a chance to meet you face to face. I love people that follow and support the podcast, whether it's financially or just viewership. I love to meet everybody. That Joe stay in Italy. I don't think we gonna. Me and Joe just gonna have to. Well, some type of way, maybe we have to do a Google Meet or a Duo or something, or a Zoom or something to get Joe in here, because I don't think Joe gonna travel to Memphis from Italy to beat me, and I don't see me going to Italy to meet Joe, but Joe hang with me every time I pop on, and I appreciate you so much, Joe. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, everybody, we'll see you Monday. If my nephew don't stand me up again, I'll be here regardless. Hopefully my nephew will be with me. You know how things with young kids be popping up. The man be lying. You know what I'm talking about I got to do this and that. He just got a date. So, I think we understand that, gentlemen, don't we? Hey, which one would you rather do? Hang out with your uncle on the phone, or hang out with a young lady? I mean, I think I know what he gonna do. So I don't know. Devin, just in case you watching me, I know how you are, man. Just okay. I was 20 myself, son. You remember that? Okay. I Uber Eats from Soulsville Kitchen. Okay, Terry, if you remember, let me see. Terry, go scroll up for now and go to the Big Time Show 3@gmail.com. Scroll up, hit that number there. Hit that email, and we'll communicate like that and see if some kind of way we might be able to hook up that way. That way I'll get your number, you get mine, and we'll work it out from there. But go up there and hit that email. Just scroll up a little bit. Go to the Big Time Show 3@gmail.com, and we'll figure it out from there. All right. All right, everybody. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for listening. I will get back with you Monday night, 7 p.m. Y'all mark it down. We're going to have a good time with my nephew here. All right. Before we leave, you know what to do. It's clapping times. Clap your hands, everybody. Clap your hands for the one and only, y'all. This is, yeah. This is, yeah. The Big Time Show. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Clap your hands, everybody. Woo. Clap your hands, everybody. Woo. Yeah. I see you. Yeah. You made it on in, mister. That's time. Yeah. But we did another show. We'll see you Monday night. The Big Time Show. I mean, why not? I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, come on. It ain't nothing about a minute and 30 seconds. I mean, let's go. Woo. I mean, it's been a great week for me this week. I mean, come on, let's celebrate. Let me clap my hands. Right? Come on, let me clap my hands. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Woo! I'm doing this Puff Daddy. Woo! I just did that. I feel it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was just clapping my hands, just acting a fool with it, Hey, if you're on Podbean, listen. Wow, let me go. Yeah, let me crank it up one more time. If I'm on Podbean, you guys stay with me. There's going to be a change. There's going to be a change in this title. This would no longer probably be the Big Time Show. Now, you can still follow me. However, this is going to turn into a spiritual type podcast. So y'all don't leave me. Come hang with me, and you can just switch to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, and you will be able to still get the football. But here on Podbean, we're going to switch it up just a little bit, We still going to party just like this. I ain't changing my music. Hey, woo! I'm not changing my music. This is the Big Times. Well, it's going to change. I don't know, but this music staying. We'll see.